You're listening to Snuff, Magee and Friends. Irrelevance in the dungeon.
Snuff, Magee and Friends, Irrelevance in the Dungeon, episode 11. I am Snuff Magee, joined by
Magee.
Lazarus Hamlin, a.k.a. Ham, you ain't shit.
And your boy Big Moo, a.k.a. Cuzzo.
What's going on, fellas? How was your week?
You know, chilling like a butt-naked Eskimo. You know what I'm saying? Week been good, man. Week been good.
Sounds painful.
Yeah, you know.
Butt-naked Eskimo.
Yeah, that's freezing for real. You ain't doing nothing
That's painful.
out here.
You ain't doing nothing. That just hurt. You are hurting. You ain't got no clothes in Eskimo.
Just out here frozen these streets.
-12 in that igloo. You are not having a good day.
Well, I've been hot all week, man. I've been working. I've been doing manual labor. My mom got me painting the house. I'm used to working in an office and air conditioning.
Oh, hell no.
So I've been out here sweating.
Painting a house.
Painting
right
a
now.
house,
like,
man.
Maybe a room.
My mom thinks because I'm country. My mom thinks because when you country, you can just do anything with your hands. She said, paint the house, baby. I'm like, I ain't never painted a house, mom. Like, so you from the country, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, okay.
It's just natural skill.
Yeah, I guess so. And it look good, too, though. I'm about to start a company tomorrow.
Oh, it means, look, she brought a skill up out of you. She brought that out of you.
She sees his gifts.
Yeah.
So this episode, we got 3 stand-up comedians on here.
Mm-hmm.
And Snuff Magee, I'm not going to say right now I'm doing a podcast. I'm very rusty with the stand-up. But you guys, I see y'all are doing it. Mike J, tell me what's coming up next, man.
Oh, man, so we, it's interesting, all 3 of us are here, because next up is Off the Rip.
Yeah.
July 13th.
Yep.
On my life.
Little Mexico.
Yep.
Or for those who are not familiar, it's Plaza Mexico. Mexican restaurant on
7270 Crater Road.
Petersburg, Virginia.
3270 Crater Road.
Show starts at 7:30, man. I am the host. Moves the feature.
Wait, that's 7:30 black people time or 7:30 regular time?
7:30 regular
time.
I think he taking shots, man.
Okay.
Not niggas like me.
Nah, because you know,
You a nigga like me,
7:30.
6:45.
You be there about 8:30, 8:30.
6:45, they'll be there by 7:50.
Well, I mean, with me, I figured out, like, if the show starts at 7:30, I tell people 6 o'clock. That's what I do, because I know that somebody's going to be late. Somebody's going to come in and want food and all that, so. But all 3 of y'all on the show.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And who's featured this time?
We got the you want to let them know we got a headliner? We got the one and only headliner. We got a headliner that's been doing comedy for years, been killing it in Richmond. They've been touring nationally.
He was on the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Fantastic Voyage.
Yep.
Yeah. He performed on the boat. He was performed at Laugh Factory in L.A.
Laugh Factory.
Yeah. He's performed in Miami, D.C. Improv, Carolinas, and New York. So his name is Michael Bam Bam White.
Michael Bam Bam White?
Shit.
Yeah, that's my OG.
Man, I
so,
thought you was talking about me for a second. I was sitting there thinking like, nigga, I ain't never been to
He was
LA.
over there looking like a boxer. Like he was doing a Michael Buffett for me one
I ain't
day.
never done that. No, but Michael Bam Bam White.
he's the star of the show.
He's the star of the
You know
show.
what? It don't matter who we get in there, how famous he is, your people still gonna be looking at him.
Yeah.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. About this dude Ham and his people. His people support him. That's why I fuck with people that got support. Cause we out here chasing our dream. There's some people that can't even get their own mama to come support him. He bring out his whole community, man, and they support him so much. It don't matter how funny you is, they don't even want to laugh for you. They only came for him.
Oh, I know. But here's the thing. When he came on last time, he said that was like his what is it, your second time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this.
Killing it.
I'm thinking this dude has been doing it for a minute. He's got like the whole city out there.
Yeah.
Right.
What you did, like 20 minutes?
Shocked myself.
Yeah, he did at least,
Yeah, he
20
did
minutes
20
out
minutes
there.
his
You
first
did
time.
20 minutes your second time,
Yeah.
Shocked myself.
That's crazy.
That's
But
dope.
that's that natural. Like a lot of people, it take them years to get to that level, and so when you see somebody natural like that, you keep them with you. You know what I mean?
20 minutes
I
your second
appreciate
time.
that.
That's
I
crazy.
appreciate that.
And it's an amazing thing to see, like, he had the crowd in your hands. And there's no feeling like as a comedian when you could just breathe and the mouth just go
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had
He
to
had
let your pride, man. I was
Thank
so
you, man. I
envious.
appreciate it.
I was so envious. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to bring something up real quick first before we get started. Because when I came in, I noticed a lot of things, Snuff McGee. And I walked in, I seen that you gotta unlock the door to walk out. You got the little keyhole on the inside and outside of the front. Now, what's up with that? Like, that's the stuff you see in movies when it's whole
really
like, and then your name is Snuff too. That's like, hold on, how you get the name Snuff?
I mean, this is irrelevance in the dungeon.
And it's a dungeon too.
This is a dungeon.
What you got going on, Snuff McGee?
I was wondering where that sweat was coming from the forehead.
I'm thinking
like, I might have to get out.
You can't leave unless you funny.
What happened was, real talk, man. I bought those joints for one door, and they had a sale, so I got all of them. You know what I mean? It kind of sucks.
I need 2 more.
Yeah, you put the deadbolt on,
man.
and that's how you got to get out to grab the key each time.
That'd be a messed up way to die. You can't get out to smoke. You're like,
shit, where the
but
key?
they was on sale.
Nah, man, this is a dungeon, man. But y'all in good hands.
It's a dungeon.
It's a real dungeon. I walked in, somebody said dilly dilly. I said, who is that?
We told you what kind of beer you had if they was paying us. I don't know. We'll see though. I like it down here though. It's nice. It's nice. It's comfortable.
Yeah, we trying, man.
It is, man.
Like I said, we learn as we grow, man. Like I said, episode 11, we started May the 4th. And we've been cranking them out, man. And like I said, this second time, your second time here.
Yeah, my second time here.
First time we had a ball, man. Had to get them back.
Definitely had a ball, man.
After confirmed with Mike,
Yeah.
got with both of y'all. I knew it was gonna be a great show. Tell us about the Blacktop, man.
Yes. So it's been a podcast since 2012. I was living in New Orleans, Louisiana. Shout out to the 504 baby. That's some of the best at Tufay. Anyway, so look, I was down there, and you hear me? But yeah, so I started it there, and pretty much it was online like call-in podcast, pretty much, and so it just grew. Like, and I always wanted to do radio since I was age 6, so I was just looking for some way to get into the game. And I grew up listening to Tom Joyner, you know what I'm saying, Doug Banks, Russ Parr, all of them, you know what I'm saying?
I miss Russ Parr, man.
Yeah.
Where's he at?
I did like Russ Parr.
He's still doing it. I think he's just doing it exclusively in D.C.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
but
he told me down there announcing some high school games and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just staying busy.
Right.
Just staying busy.
You gotta hustle, man. You gotta get his hustle on, man.
He direct movies and else. Turn it down, not $1 at all.
Yeah, you're a grinder, man.
Need somebody to call the game Friday night. I'll be there.
But yeah, man. So now I've got an opportunity to just take it and make it an actual radio show. Shout out to 101.1 The Fam in Richmond. And pretty much we air every Wednesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's like a morning show, but it's like at night. You know what I'm saying? So you get a variety of everything. You get your news, you get your music. We support local artists as well as artists around the world. And we get on there and talk shit for the most part. So it's a great, good family feel.
A morning show
Hey,
at
man.
night.
A morning show at night.
That
You
joke for
go.
straight niggas.
Yeah, I've been the same thing.
That's what niggas be singing. How about a bitch?
That's like,
That's for niggas that work second
Yeah, there you go.
shift.
It's a second shift.
Second shift,
There you
night
go.
shift niggas.
Paul Mooney had a joke. He was like, he had a black morning show. It came on at 1 p.m. or whatnot.
Yeah,
Yep.
more than black America.
Annual nigga hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all right.
Right now. That's
Speaking of
probably-
fans, after July 1st, if your license suspended.
Yeah.
You talking about, man, a blessing from God right there? You ever had your license suspended for some fines, boy? Whew. I'm glad they can't do that no more.
So is that the whole state now?
The whole state. The whole
Everybody
state.
finna be
You
on
got
the road
fines.
now.
That's how Northam getting his win back from black people.
Yeah, we
You know
owe
what
y'all.
I mean?
This is
Niggas don't know
reparations.
how to feel about Northam. You know what I mean? Like, blackface, but I got my license back, so I don't know.
You
You
gotta
can't
give
take
us
my
something.
license no more.
I mean, you know,
All I know is July 4th, man. That weekend's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be mad cars out.
Oh, you know
there.
what I mean? DUI niggas.
Then they gonna take it for real.
Give it right back.
He's gonna be going right back.
This is
No
li-
license.
That's literally reparations.
No, hell no, hell no, hell no.
Yo, what was it? Mitch McConnell. You hear what he said this week about reparations?
Yeah, we gave reparations by voting
He tripping.
for Obama.
I want my 40 acres and the mule.
See, that's the thing. People don't look at what the word reparations mean. They look at reparations like get something. Like reparations means to repair. That don't mean no black person get anything. That just means something need to be set in place to repair what was broken.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So and that's why I don't even get into that.
But it takes more than money, though.
Exactly. It takes institutions. You know what I mean? Just like racism that broke us is now institutionalized, it's going to take institutionalized reparations, which means like free education, free psychologists, free healthcare, stuff like that. That's reparation right there. Just like if you really want to see the hood come up, like you know how they had welfare where it was advantageous for a woman not to have a man and to have plenty of kids and not have a job, which created the ghetto and all the stuff we see now. But if you really want to see that shit work, give that shit to niggas, give that shit to men. Give welfare to men. Give a man a house without no rent. I guarantee you, I don't know a black man right now that don't want to raise his kids, that would not take advantage of that shit and create a family. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So it's like we got to have that shit institutionalized. You know what I mean? If we really gonna repair what's broken, we need our own schools.
Yep.
We need our own way of policing our own selves, so we ain't gotta deal with that shit, and our own way to it's like that's why I ain't a Muslim, and we probably getting off topic. I know y'all wanted to keep it funny, but
Keep it going. This is what people need to hear.
You know, like that's why I fuck with Farrakhan. They trying to ban him, but Farrakhan was all about getting what you need and not having to rely on nobody else. You know, it's being self-sufficient. So until we become self-sufficient, it will never be repaired. You know what I mean? So,
my thing was with the reparations. He was saying like, nobody's at fault now, but you have people, white people who are still living off that cotton money. You know what I'm saying? That's that generational wealth. And you still have our people with the oppression still with that slave mentality. So 400 years, we're still going through that. For him to say that and still, what is he, what is he now in Kentucky or whatnot? McConnell?
I don't know. I don't know.
But to still hold his office or whatever. I mean, that says a lot about America.
I ain't shocked, man.
We
at this
already
point,
knew this.
nothing surprises me.
Nope.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm not surprised at all. But I would say if I got a good 15K, like you know what I'm saying, next 4, 5 days, 15,000, I'd be like, you know what, that's all right.
So if they gave you 15,000, was like, all right, you forget white people, don't bring up racism no more.
Oh, of course not.
Right. So it hasn't been repaired. You know,
But at the same time, you know, I feel a lot better. It's a good start.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We was gonna start anyway. I feel like a good 15,000.
That shit, man, you get niggas money, man. They ain't gonna do nothing but feed white supremacy, man. Shit.
Gucci.
That should be even more. But think about all the businesses that will pop up. Black people would use that money in the black community. I hope. I believe it.
I believe it.
Jones barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage.
Man, niggas are being short pumped, man.
Oh man.
Okay, like it ain't nothing.
That's changed. But like, what I wanted to ask y'all, man, like origins of comedy. Like, how old were you when you knew you wanted to be a stand-up comedian? I'll start with you, Mike.
Oh man. I knew when I was, how old was I? 2016, Moo. First time I met Moo, that's when I really realized that I wanted to do stand-up. At first, I was just doing, like, hosting open mics and poetry events around Richmond because my cousin, shout out to Jamil JC, put me on. And that was just, like, he just hit me up, Moo, and he was just like, look, bro, we got this roast going on for this guy in the community. His name's Shahid Shabazz, and we want to do a roast, and you want to do 5 minutes? And I was just like, 5 minutes of what? And he was like, comedy. I said, bro, I'm not no comedian. He was like, man, come on, man. Like, you got it. I've seen you host shows. Like, you got it. Just go on stage and see what happens. I was like, okay. So I took a leap of faith, got out there, and I had a pretty good reaction. But I just loved the feeling of making, just even if it was just one person laughing in the audience, like, that's a thrill of a lifetime. So I was like, maybe I can, if I keep it working on this might be what I need. And eventually, man, here I am. So, yeah, still working hard, but it's getting better.
Man.
It's getting better.
For the man, Mike.
Full disclosure, I only asked him to do it because he had a lot of following with the women and shit.
Wow.
I ain't even think the nigga was funny at first. Like, come on,
You want some answers in the seats?
No, I'm gonna sell like 20 more tickets. And then it was funny. I was like, oh shit. I was like, nigga, he bringing fans in, he funny.
So did you practice before?
I had absolutely no material. I had no material at all, man. I just went up there and just winged it.
No doubt.
For like 5 minutes.
I remember that set. He was talking about, because that's when everybody was talking about Pokemon. That's when it first came out.
Pokemon Go.
Like, what if they can make one that can find your baby daddy? Bitches be all over this. We were just winging it, man. That show was terrible because we set it up wrong. Like, we were funny as hell, but the show was so ratchet. Like, oh, man, we talk about that first show we ever did, man. It was funny as hell. It was like janky promoters in that joint. Because we knew that we wanted to be comedians and do comedy. Mm-hmm. So we went and we got the venue, we sold tickets, we hyped it up, we did everything except writing jokes.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though, like
y'all had the business mindset.
Yeah, we about to go, but I mean, like even like we were lying to people, bring your own liquor. They got there, like you just got to put it in the water bottle though. Like, come on out. Yeah, that's all right though.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, brother Laz?
My comedic origin, you know, I knew when I was about 3 years old. I was pretty sure. No, but seriously, when I saw Kings of Comedy for the first time, when I watched Kings of Comedy, I was 11. You know what I mean? I was 11 when Kings of Comedy came out, but when I saw that for the first time, I said to myself, I want to do that, and I really wanted to do that. Like I would watch it completely, like over and over again, like just that would be like all I watched.
Yeah.
But then like it didn't come into like reality until like last August or so. That's when I was like, all right, let me get out here and see, you know what I'm saying, if I can make something happen in the comedy game. And then these two guys right here really put me on, for real. Because I had came to a couple shows. I know I had hit Mike up before, just like asking him, like, what's going on? Like, where are places that do open mic, stuff like that? Because I just wanted to go see it. I just wanted to go and just look at it. And every time I looked at it, not to sound, cocky by any means, but every time I went to look at the show, I was like, I know I can do better than this. Like, you can't tell me I can't do better than this. So I was like, man, let me try this shit. So I went to my first time ever, I went to Crossroads.
Yeah.
I went up there on like a Thursday, and it was like 3 people in there, right?
Shout out to Sarah.
So I'm just doing, I'm just doing my joint, you know what I'm saying? And, ain't nobody there to really laugh, so I didn't know if it was good or not. And I was like completely up there dolo, like just like, I'm gonna pop up and do it.
Yeah.
I ain't tell nobody because I'm like, if it's trash, ain't nobody gonna know but me. So no, you can't come to.
Go get a bottle, go home, forget about it.
That's it.
But then after that, man, I just been doing everything I can, man. Every time I get a chance to hit the stage, I'm hitting the stage, trying to make something shake, man.
No doubt. Brother Moo.
Yeah. Man, I always knew I wanted to be an entertainer. I've always been an entertainer. I did stand up at 6 for my mom. I got my ass beat though, cause I was she was having company. She had put us to bed, and she had company drinking wine with her homegirl. They watching HBO. I came with the vacuum cleaner. It was like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, come out. And I pulled my little vacuum cleaner out, and I sat it there and I did the little Tonight Show song. Dun, 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 about to do. And she threw a shoe at me so fast, I would get my hands in the bed. But I knew, I don't even remember what it was that I seen. It might have been something like Tonight Show or Bill Cosby Show, something back then. That I was like, I want to tell stories and make people laugh. But I really didn't get into it till years and years and years later. I did music first and all type of acting. And say about 3 years ago, I think at Songfest when I did Run in the Mic, he was hosting. Yep. And there's a lady named Liz Barlow who was hilarious, came and did a set. And I was like, man, she killed it. I love it. And I was rapping at the time, but I'm like, I'm in my mid-30s now. I can't keep coming trying to be the hot new rapper. That's like,
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, what's up?
What was your rap name?
My rap name?
Yeah. It was Moo Cuzzo too.
Yeah.
Oh damn, that's all right.
That's a real shit. I am Moo Cuzzo. It's not a gimmick. But I was like, it's like and then I was like, I don't have enough money to be a new rapper either, because you can't be a rapper and be broke. I was like, I need a house. You can be a comedian and be broke. So I said, I'm going to be a comedian first.
It fits my lifestyle better.
And you can be a comedian and be old. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting older too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's facts.
That's kind of funny shit. Let me try to do this shit.
Ain't no age limit on that.
And then it's easier to kind of to put on shows, because people will support comedy before they just support rap. Like, you know what I mean? Like comedy
That's very
reach
true.
all audiences.
Yep.
You know, rap, you just got to be a rap audience. You know what I mean? So
by you doing both, what's harder?
Oh, comedy, definitely comedy. I could just close my eyes and come up with a freestyle. I've been tight since a little child, holding the street style. You can call me if you need me now. Nickname Move, but they know I'm come out. I don't care about my government. All that money spent so they can get shit from me. They can't run me. If you think you smart, that's when you know you a dummy. Nah, like music is easy. Woo! Like I love to do it, but like
this is exclusively Snuff. Exclusive.
Yeah. Comedy, I got that passion for it. I got passion for comedy. I
You should have told me. I
somewhere.
could have fucking had my DJ drops and all that.
Yeah. I got show enough songs here. Actually, my boy Hook Hogan, who just got a production deal. Shout out to Hook. He working on my album right now, so I do have an album that's in the works, but that's kind of like separate. So I don't try to like dilute them. Like, yeah, I'm doing comedy and music. Try to like, you know what I mean. So
What about like mixing skits in with it, or you just want to do straight?
Yeah, like if you go on YouTube, you look up Moo Cuzzo, you see my song Diamonds on My Chain. It starts off with a skit.
Okay.
And then it's the song video. Like it's hilarious. And it's tight.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Use all the time.
I know you said, back in the day you always wanted to make people laugh, but who was your favorite growing up comedian?
I know. My first favorite comedian was Bill Cosby. Because I just love the way he could tell a story, and then like you close your eyes and you it's almost like you watching the show. And I used to love Dick Gregory because he used to put so much truth into his stuff. You know what I mean? Like he was funny as hell, but he used to make you think about things. You know what I mean? So those are the first couple of like icons that I really looked up to.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I have to say, between Bernie Mac and Jamie Foxx, those two right there, like Jamie Foxx because he was so versatile. And, I love music. Music is my second love, so it's like to see, a comedian take music and comedy and blend it so well, that was just amazing to me. And Bernie Mac was just such a natural, like, I know so many people, like, I connected with Bernie Mac's set. Like how his personality was on the TV show and all of that, because I know so many people just like Bernie. Yeah. And it's like this is pure comedy, but it felt so natural and so organic. That's what I loved about it. Like it didn't even feel like he was doing a set. Yeah. Like he's literally just up there like being himself.
Just effortless.
Right. It just looked so easy to him.
Yeah, that's true. I like Bernie too as well. You know what I'm saying? The man was just stupid. The man was just stupid, and his stories were just. Like, it was amazing, man.
You see, I got my sister's kids. I know a lot of your family fucked up, too.
That man was in Seattle one day, and he did a show. And I remember his joke. He was just like, man, I can't believe it's so cloudy over in this motherfucker. I wrote about 14 suicide notes. And the last suicide note said, I swear I'm going to do it this time. Man, I was rolling, man. So ever since then, man, I was like, okay, I'm a Bernie Mac fan. And then this may be a one out of left field, but Ricky Smiley, because I grew up on Comic View.
Yeah, I mean, I like Ricky. Yeah.
So it was like to see him go up there and so many characters, you know what I'm saying? Not to mention he brung another side of comedy, which is church. He brung the church side to the comedy game, man. And just to see him like do really good with Comic View, one of the most legendary comedy platforms of all time, man. That's awesome, you know what I'm saying? So I credit him a lot for influencing me, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I've always been, Eddie's my guy, man. I always tell cats, like, he hasn't done stand-up since the 80s, but to me, he's always the funniest guy in the room. Like,
he was talking about doing a special.
I'm hoping, man. I don't care how much tickets I'll be going, but even if you watch Life, man, you watch the outtakes, and you got Martin.
See, certain people, man, it's like they are just funny. Yeah, it's like like I know how to write jokes and tell them to make you laugh, like, and I could be funny, but like. And I don't know if it's something you develop or just something you have, but it's like they could just look at you and make you laugh almost. You know what I mean? Just be funny. Just like it's crazy watching.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them people. He's definitely one of them people.
He's just that dude, man. And like I was saying, like you have Martin, who was in Bernie Mac, Guy Torrey, all these comedians in the room, but who like even now I watch Harlem Nights.
Exactly.
I don't know.
I was just about to say
I don't
that.
know
Harlem
who's the
Nights.
funniest guy because it could be
Red
different
Fox.
days because you got Robin Harris there too.
Yeah.
So it's like who's the funniest guy in the room? It's got to be different days.
Yeah.
But I think Red Fox probably dominated most of them days or whatever.
I'm sure.
I do too.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And he's definitely up there for me too because I watched a lot of Sanford and Son growing up.
Yeah,
I
that
watched a
man's
lot of
stupid.
Sanford and Son, and that dude was funny as hell.
That
Yo.
man's stupid.
Funny as hell, man.
Because you like even Richard Pryor, like he's probably the top dog, but in Harlem Nights he was kind of mellow.
Right.
Yeah, he was.
He was real mellow in that joint. So it's like behind the scenes, was he still rich or was he just the mellow cat or whatever?
See, but in Harlem Nights, though, the character he played was kind of more of the voice of reason. So
Exactly.
yeah,
He was
Iron
like
Man's
the
character.
Godfather type dude.
And
You
plus,
know what I'm saying?
If you pay attention to Harlem Nights, you could tell his health had started.
Yeah, I know,
failing
yeah,
too.
with
So
the
it's like he
MS.
didn't have the energy he used to have. You know what I mean?
But
That
we
was
used to
the
seeing.
sad part about it, man.
But just his he really didn't have much jokes in that movie, but just his facial expressions had you on the floor.
He
But
had one of the funniest lines in there.
I know you don't.
When she knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Like, how was it? It's like, I killed her. Oh, the pussy was that good.
Like, told the pussy up, huh? Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, Rich is still rich. Yeah, that movie to me doesn't get its due, man. I don't
No, it's a
Classic.
classic, yo.
That's one of the ones you
It's
got to
a
make the
classic.
kids watch. You know
Facts,
what I mean?
like you got to sit down, like let's watch Harlem
All
Nights.
right. So let's see. What y'all get y'all top 4 classics? I will put that on there.
Comedy movies?
Yeah.
All
Coming
time.
to America is right.
Coming
It's
to
probably
America,
right
definitely.
beside it.
I got one. I don't know.
And that's two Eddie Jones right
I'm
there.
gonna get you sucker on there.
I got one for left field. I don't know if y'all seen it, man, but Which Way Is Up?
Oh yeah, Rich Pryor.
Yeah, check,
I ain't seen that.
check that out.
Big piece of chicken.
Yeah.
Don't know nothing about that. That's
joint out,
classic
man.
right there.
Which Way Is Up, man.
Yeah.
You definitely
I had
gotta
that on
throw.
VHS.
I throw Friday up there. Friday's in my all time.
See, yeah,
Yeah,
see, them
Fridays,
millennials, man. Them
definitely.
millennials. I mean,
But even all the ones I'm thinking about, Eddie is in like all of them.
They're still up there.
Everyone I'm thinking about, Eddie Murphy is in.
Yeah.
And
Because I wanted to even put the clumps, the first Nutty
Yeah,
Professor.
yeah.
That shit was
That's
hilarious.
a classic.
Just for him to keep playing them characters is like
Facts.
he don't get his just due for,
Like,
for how
played
skilled
the whole
actor he is.
family in the movie.
Right.
And that
I wonder if
shit
we got to
was-
check for each character.
I throw this knife in the crack of your ass.
relations. But now, even going back to fucking like Trading Places, man. Like he's got his classics, man.
Yeah.
That's my dude. I caught a lot of flack, with his situation back in the day. But Ed, hey, that's my dude, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of comedy, man, like, do you think is comedy too sensitive now?
Very much so.
Extremely.
Very much so. And I didn't know that for a fact because I was actually watching Kings of Comedy the other day. Mm-hmm. And, there's a part, I'm not going to say what he said, but there's a part where, Bernie Mac is talking about his nephew. And he uses a word.
Yeah.
And if he was to use that word now, they would be boycott Bernie Mac everywhere.
Yeah.
And he said it like 4 or 5 times, talking about a little boy.
Here's a crazy joint. Don't judge me, man, but I was chilling today, and Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was on. So
That was a classic. That was a classic.
So I was catching a glimpse, maybe 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. Maybe the whole fucking movie. Anyway, so
why black people? Why we got always prerequisites or something? Just say I was watching Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I'm just saying, like that's not fair, man.
Like you watching from? I watching
man, that
this joint.
happens,
What's
man.
it called with the motherfucking shit in it?
But now, like,
Yeah.
You know what it's called.
it was a part of
Pocahontas? Yeah, Pocahontas. Yeah.
they had hugged or whatnot, and they hugged and they split up, and then they looked at each other and they said the same word, and I was like, man, they would kill Keanu Reeves if he would have did that today or whatever.
Facts.
But I think it is. I mean, I think now, like, a lot of people think before they write jokes or think before they say anything, even though it's no malice behind it. Somebody might be like, say he was out of pocket or this or that.
Facts.
Kind of like the LeVar Ball thing we talked about earlier.
Yeah. Like the it's just it's certain rules in comedy you just don't cross. Like the guy from Seinfeld, remember when he went up stage and said nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a line as a white comic.
But
like,
at the same time, it really hurt because he meant that shit.
yeah,
He meant every word.
Yeah.
He said that.
The
From
most
bottom of
hurtful
his heart.
part, for me was I personally couldn't stop watching. I couldn't stop watching Seinfeld. I'm sorry, like Kramer was fucked up, but yeah, man,
Still a good show.
Ain't nothing wrong with you, though. I still listen to R. Kelly. Ain't nothing wrong with
I just hum the instrumentals. That's all I do.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't listen to.
Hey man, I talk that shit about Kelly,
Turn
man.
the words off.
I was watching the movie and the storm was over and then I started playing. Man, I went to Apple Music, downloaded that shit. Like, damn, Kel's killed that shit. That's TP2 right there, man.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think it has gotten like it is too sensitive.
I know I ain't saying shit. I got white audiences. Niggas is not as sensitive as white audiences is, and I know because I be at RVA and they're all inclusive. You go to them open mics, they be like, I literally did a roast for a lady, and I don't mind because I'm a writer, so I'm intelligent enough to make you laugh without having to say words that they don't want to hear. So, it's a roast, and she was like, "Yeah, you can roast me, say whatever you want." I was like, "Whatever I want, no rules." She was like, "No punching down, no homosexual jokes, no homophobic jokes, no."
But you just said whatever.
Like, but that's all the shit that's funny, bitch. And then she was like, "There's no punching down," and I was like, "What the fuck is punching down?" Like, I'm not even intelligent enough to do jokes in this room. Like, and that's what I told her. I said, honestly, she let me be who the fuck I am, and if you don't like it, ask me not to come back. But when you start trying to make people, because then you have these shitty ass people who are trying to write like they're good people because they don't want to get banned. No, let them be their shit. It's like when they wanted to have that Confederate week. Remember they wanted to have that Confederate celebration week, and then the NAACP came out the woodworks to shut that shit down. And I was like, okay, the National Advancement Association, you're not advancing us, you're stopping their movement, but that's something else. But why stop their movement? Let them have their thing. Create a whole registry of fucking Confederates. Then we know who to boycott. We know which businesses to boycott. You know what I mean? That's what they doing to us. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't think you should put a mute on people because you're scared of what they're going to say. Let them say it. Let them be who they are, and then that way you can justify. Because I've been outside of rooms detrimental. I've been outside of rooms where you hear somebody's like, "We might have to ban that comedian." It's like, for what? What'd he do? Because I'm an old what he do type of motherfucker. Don't be like, don't tell me don't go support this dude. Like, well, that dude got a platform that's gonna help me get to the next level. Right. I don't know if you can at least tell me what somebody like. It's a lot of it's a lot of politics to the shit. Because on one hand, we do have to be sensitive to other people, like situations, but on the other hand. It's like we comedians. We got to tell the truth. We got him.
I don't feel like I don't have to be sensitive to somebody else's situation now. I'm
saying, well, you would want a white person not to call you a nigga, right? So I'm talking about that type of respect. So like when it comes to rape, people have actually been raped. Now we're dealing with the fact that you know what I mean, shit like that. Like you be careful how you talk about certain. Like I had to learn. I had a joke. Look, I had a joke about getting molested. And the girl, I did it at this girl's, she's a singer, and I opened up for her. She told me I would never be able to perform for her again because of the joke. And she was like, I came here to laugh. I did not come here to relive every bad thing that's ever happened to me.
But it's still touchy, though, because you can do a joke about your dad and somebody can be like, my father abused me. I mean, it's like, it's a
exactly.
slope,
and if I'm telling my truth, you know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with you. That's you being sensitive. Now, I'm not saying that it sounds insensitive on your feelings, but if you should know, if you come to a comedy show, I'm not just talking about you. Yeah. I'm talking in general. So get out your damn feelings. That's how I feel about it. But I understand what you're saying because you can't, you know what I'm saying? Some stuff you just can't say. I think everybody know that stuff.
I didn't read my audience. It was a neo-soul black woman singer, and all of them were like neo-soul, like gay, lesbian. And so like they had all probably been molested before. I was like, God damn, y'all all need hugs. No, for real. No, honestly. That's what
you represent Snuff.
People who cannot talk about like molestation either have been molested or do the molestation. What I had to learn is not my job to read them out. Just like when you at work and you talk about weed, all the pieheads get quiet as shit.
Yeah, right.
But you ain't no piehead. Why the fuck you can't talk about weed at work? Nigga, like shit.
I mean, shit, Moo. I like to listen to music, Soul Child, sir. Okay, I mean, god damn.
I bump a little indie out here.
Oh, he got touched. Yeah, he humming India.
Snuff, Magee, our friends, yeah. Snuff, Magee, our friends. Irrelevance in the dungeon.